human beings are fucked up. So I feel like she's a fucking hypocrite. Nothing warranted her. If you see the way she was talking about so much virtue, like, and she was not like that we attacked her.
I don't have an issue with you. You sat down on that thing when you're talking about me.
Anybody about
it? So why did they find out what is going on? They want to talk to you. If I hear my name again, this one will say and do me.
Bigsoso and Tracy had an altercation after the Big Bnaija Saturday party. But I want to take you to how it all began and how they got to the point of Soso telling Tracy to stop going around talking about her. So before the party, Soso and Victory had an argument whereby Victory was attacking her. And in the words of Soso, Soso said when Victory was attacking her, she expected her friends to come be with her, so kind of side her, take her own side. But then what happened? Ibifubra, Sultana, and Tracy decided to side Victory, telling her, oh, so calm down. This is what Victory is trying to say. That she expected that, oh, even if she was the one at fault, maybe they should keep calm. When everything is all done and sorted out, you now come and meet her quietly and say, oh, Bigsoso, you were actually wrong. This, that. But at the peak of that argument and, Victory going at her, that she expected them all to side her, to take her own side of the argument. Now, or the fight rather. Now, after Bigsoso's back and forth with Victory, Tracy decided to go meet her where she was doing her makeup and then asked her, are you okay? And according to Tracy, Tracy said, Bigsoso then turned and said, do I look like someone that is not okay? That she actually replied in a very harsh tone. And she was like, oh, sorry if you feel bad, like the way you just replied me now. And Bigsoso said, oh, how do you expect me to reply you? When my friend, when you call yourself my friend, but I was there with Victory and you decided to side Victory. And Bigsoso was like, no, that's not exactly what happened. This is what happened. I was trying to tell you, Bigsoso, that Ifubara is saying this is what Victory meant, But Bigsoso said, no, it doesn't matter. What a friend could have done is just stick to that friend, whether the person is wrong or right. Or even if you don't want to side your friend, then hold on. When everything is all done, you then correct your friend in privately. And Bigsoso and Tracy rather went ahead to apologize to Bigsoso for misunderstanding the whole thing that played out. But Bigsoso kept going at Tracy. Oh, you're not even my friend. This is that. According to what Tracy was telling Ibifubra now, she was not telling Ibifubra that she have seen Soso talk to Sultana, that the way she talks to her is always on a harsh, different tone. That even with this whole thing that happened between the three of them, that she actually saw how Soso talked to Sultana and you. But when it came to her, that Soso was very arrogant, very unkind to her, that she said a lot of mean things to her, that how she wanted to become friends with Bigsoso was when they were on lockdown, that they had this meeting and Soso was saying how she's an empathic, how she has empathy, how she's kind, how she's this, things she does for the less privileged. And at that, she now said, oh, this is my kind of person. But Tracy said, no, from what she's saying, no, that's not who Soso is. That Soso is just a hypocrite. Tracy said the only reason why Soso speaks to her in that manner is that Soso sees her as a needy person. Soso knows that Sultana has her clique going on for her. But for her, Tracy, she sees her with no one. That's the only reason or the only thing that can justify the way Soso speaks at her. Because her sister kept on saying, oh, friendship is not by force. Do I beg you to be my friend? That she was just going on and on, even after she had apologized. And she did that. And, Tracy was just telling Ibufubara that didn't sit well with her. Tracy said after Soso spoke in that harsh manner to her, that she still waited to go meet Soso in private, telling Soso, oh, I didn't like the way you addressed me right in front of other housemates, that you were too harsh with your words. And only for Soso to say, oh, if now that one make you angry, sorry, that she didn't really apologize like she meant it. Only for her to now come at the party and say, oh, hold my drink. like, trying to hold conversation all over again. Meanwhile, you were angry at your own feelings, and when I now told you, oh, I didn't like the way you stuck to me, because Tracy is saying, okay, you said you didn't like that we didn't side you right at the peak of the fight with Victory, and I apologized. Now, I came to you telling you I didn't like the way you spoke to me in a very harsh tone, in a very condescending manner, and you say, if that one make you angry, sorry. You now couldn't apologize properly. That means you want me to understand your own feelings, but you don't want to understand mine. Now, while all this was happening, Ibufubara was a kind of, she was present, but I didn't know if she was really paying attention, because she would turn and say, what's the main things she said to you? Like, what words did she say to you and all of that? But now, in the peak of this conversation, Ortega then joined them in the table. Now, bear in mind that Tracy didn't invite Ortega, that Tracy was talking to Ibufubra. Now, from sitting there, Ortega then started, listening to their conversation. And at the end of it all, Tracy told Ibufubara that she just wanted to speak with another person and know the angle where she wronged So like So saying, oh, I attacked her, when quite alright, I didn't do that. It was all the opposite. Now, tell me why after this conversation, Ibufubra decided to go and meet So to tell So that Tracy didn't like the way you talked to her, she felt a kind of way, you need to go apologize to her. And then Ortega, you too now, not like Tracy came to meet you one-on-one to tell you, oh, this is what Bigsoso did to me. You now went and go and meet So too, telling So, oh, Tracy didn't like how you spoke to her, blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, not like Tracy came meeting you one-on-one to tell you, oh, this girl wronged me. I was even angry that Ibufubra went to speak with So, but that one is understandable because they actually regard themselves as friends. You now, Ortega, what can concern you for this matter? Then again, just when Tracy, decided to go to bed and started telling Rude Boy what happened between her and Bigsoso, asking Rude Boy if that was quite the right thing to do, the way Bigsoso turned to say, oh, my friendship is not by force, knowing fully well that she considered her as a friend. And then that Soso also said, do I even have friends here? Am I not here for the game? These words they say whenever they get angry. And Tracy was saying that if Soso was naturally a good and kind person, there are words she wouldn't use on someone else even when triggered. That means that Soso is just a hypocrite. While in the peak of this conversation, only for Soso to walk in and start warning Tracy immediately, telling Tracy, stop going around talking about me, please stop it. And Tracy was like, how did I go around talking about you? And Bigsoso said, Ibufubra have come to meet me. Ortega, do you now see how Ortega came into the picture? Like, what's in concern you? And now Rude Boy again knows about it. And Tracy was not like, trying to defend herself, but So even took it higher, telling her that the next time she'll hear her name, her gossiping her or telling people about the whole thing that happened, that she's going to deal with her. In fact, so had to even say, I'll cut off your father's head. Rude Boy also made the effort to mediate into this issue, but the both of them were not having it, especially Soso. Soso kept on telling Tracy that you didn't talk to me when it was necessary, you didn't come to me as a friend, you didn't approach me as a friend, and now you're going around talking about me. Please, friendship is not by force. Using the F word and all of that, and Tracy reciprocating too. She then told, while leaving, she then told Tracy, you with your fish mouth. Oh, that was such an unkindful thing. But then, all is right in war, right? In war and love. Anyways, I hope Tracy learns from this and just keep to herself. Now, but I have a question. So while Soso was warning Tracy, she actually looked up to the camera saying, the camera is my witness. And I've observed another thing too. Sabrina will look to the camera and say, oh, I'm doing this. Like, why are you guys speaking to us? Why are you guys so conscious of the camera? Why? That was how Bright Morgan and Midday were having conversation in that tricycle. Only for Bright Morgan to say, oh, the camera is on us. Like, bro, You don't know you're coming on a reality show. Like how? Anyways, back to this. I would like to read your opinion on this Bigsoso versus Tracy. I personally, I would say Soso is not Tracy's friend. Tracy might have Soso as a friend, but Soso do not consider her as a friend, because why will you speak to the other two who are also involved in the same issue normal? And here, you're not going harsh on her, like, come on now. You're not telling her friendship is not by force, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, let me read your comments regarding this. And don't forget to watch more videos on other highlights that happened after Bbnaija Saturday party. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
If I hear my name again, nobody undo me.